In this lesson, we'll go through chapter 13 on probability. So don't worry about the definition and all these first. What we want to answer in probability is, as an example, what is the chance of getting a head when you flip a coin? So normally people say 50-50 chance, right? Or what is the chance of getting a number 2 on a 6-sided fair die? You know, when you play Monopoly, you throw dice. So for one die, what is the chance of getting a number 2? So we have a rough feeling of what the answers could be, and we want to be able to calculate all these chances in mathematics. And the way of doing it is probability. Okay, so some common items that we'll be using will be one die or more than one will be dice. Note that a die consists of 6 faces because it is a cube, and whether it is fair or not. Okay, fair means it is unbiased. We also talk about coins. So coins, we have 2 sides to a coin, and you decide a head or a tail. Okay, so back to the dice. We have 6 faces that includes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then in an unbiased coin, there's an equal chance of getting each number for whether it is for coin or die. So in part C, it is asking you what is the chance of picking a red ball out of a basket of balls in a random experiment. Well, it depends on the number of balls inside the basket, the different number of colored balls in the basket. So if the basket has no red ball, then what is the chance? The chance is 0. If the basket contains only red balls, then what is the chance? It will be 100%. Okay, so next part, some keywords that you need to know. A random experiment is a process whose result cannot be predicted with certainty. We cannot know for sure what the result will be. So for example, like throwing a die, tossing a coin. And then we have next one, outcome. Outcome is the result of such an experiment. And then the next one, we have sample space, is a collection of all the possible outcomes. So in the case of tossing a coin, it is either heads or tails. Next, we have event. It is a set of favorable outcomes of a random experiment. And then we have this thing called notation. The way we write it, n open bracket capital S. Okay, small n open bracket capital S. This is not multiplication. It is not n times S. It is just a way to describe a short form of writing the number of possible outcomes in the sample space. So remember, earlier on, talk about sample space. In the case of coin, we have heads or tails, 2 outcomes. And then in this notation, it is asking us how many outcomes are there. In the case of tossing a coin, there are 2. In the case of tossing a die, a regular die, the number of outcomes will be 6. Then we move on to the next one, notation. Again, n for number. Over here we have E. Okay, E refers to the event, and we're talking about favorable outcomes to the event. So if I am looking for probability of obtaining a head when I toss a coin, well, there is only one favorable outcome, that is getting a head. So in that case, it would be 1. And finally, the notation capital P refers to probability. All these notations are just short forms of writing things. We will see more in the subsequent pages.